Good morning, all of you. Myself Rishikant Sani. I am taking lecture on fluid mechanics. Okay, we have discussed earlier what is fluid, what is mechanics. We know that fluid is a substance that flow in a direction of severe stress. Okay, mechanics is the branch of science which deals with the behavior of fluid in the condition of static as well as in dynamic condition. Okay, we have discussed earlier already what is fluid, properties of fluid. Okay, today I will discuss on pressure. Okay, I'm showing you PPT. In this PPT, you can see that uh, what is in objective chemical mechanics deals with the forces applied by fluid at rest or in a rigid body motion. The fluid property. Okay, the fluid property responsible for those pressure in pressure, those forces in pressure which a normal force exerted by a fluid per unit area. Okay, we know that uh, fluid in a static condition, shear stress will be zero, but normal force activated due to normal forces per unit area is called the pressure. Discussion of pressure, absolute gauge pressure, pressure at a point, variation of pressure with a depth in rotational field. I'm showing you here absolute pressure. We know that atmospheric pressure PATM, when added some extra pressures. If I am taking an example of when my car my car will is punctured due to some reason, then pressure of tire will be equal to the atmospheric pressure. When added some airs in tire like this, during the puncture, tire pressure equal to atmospheric pressure. But when you solve those problem and added this some air in tire, then you can see that expansion of tire due to adding this some air. Okay, this air, if I'm talking about only this air, then we can say that gauge pressure. We can say that gauge pressure. Then if I'm taking whole pressure, then I'm saying to you pressure, atmospheric pressure as well as gauge pressure. That is called absolute pressure. Okay, we know that atmospheric pressure 101.1325 kilo Pascal. Understand this? Okay. And if I'm talking about vacuum pressure below the atmospheric pressure, I'm going to level of vacuum pressure. Vacuum pressure application, you can see that in the centrifugal pump, in which when started the centrifugal pump is rotating and create the vacuum at the center and suck the water from the earth, beneath earth, and and sent to your tanki. Okay, everybody know. Next, pressure measurement device. We know that pressure measurement device, one is manometer and other is barometer. Pressure measurement device, manometer. You can see in picture manometer is used for measurement of pressure at a point in a fluid. Okay, and barometric pressure measurement device is used to measure the atmospheric pressure. Okay, here air pressure causes the mercury column. to rise in tube. You are seeing this green arrow shaven. Okay, gaseous pressure you can also measure. Manometer, you know what manometer, parameter is used for the atmosphere, is a manometer used for the pressure. Hydrostatic force applied on submerged body. You can also see my lectures. You can also listen my lecture in classes. Okay, hydrostatic force applied on submerged bodies, plane surface and curved surface. A very good example of hydrodynamic hydraulics, hydrostatic dam. Okay, objective fluid mechanics. Another objective fluid mechanics: balance force applied by fluid, submerged body, floating body, stability of such bodies. How how I will know my body will be static or not? So balance force applied by fluids. In first picture, P density less than density. When your body will float, when density of your body will be less than the density of submerged density of liquid in which you will submerge that body, then your body will float. Okay, if density will be equal to the density of liquid will be equal to the density of your body, then top level the whole body is submerged, but top level you can see that, top level you can see that. And when your body density is greater than the density of liquid, then your body totally submerged in liquid. A third picture, density is greater than rho d, rho L, density is equal to suspended body, naturally buoyancy sinking body. Okay, okay. Next activity we see objective of metacenter. What is the objective of metacenter? We know that metacenter is that point uh, where from those point body can oscillates. Okay, if we know that metacenter point that can design for a ship. ओके, मेटा सेंटर पॉइंट क्या होता है? वो पॉइंट होता है जहाँ से बॉडी ओसिलेट करती है ऐसे। इन केस ऑफ स्टेबल मेटा सेंटर ऑफ फ्लोटिंग बॉडी will coincide the will coincide the center of gravity of the body. Okay, when body is displaced by some angle, then you can see that metacenter body will also displaced. Sorry, metacenter will fix, but buoyancy force also displaced. When line of action through metacenter point coincide with the buoyancy forces, that is called the metacentric height. Okay, when metacenter, if you analysis of the metacenter point of the body, if metacentric height will coming positive, then you can say that your body is stable. When metacenter point will negative, you can say that your body is unstable. When metacenter will below the center of gravity of the body, that will unstable and overturning moment created. Okay, next objective of the fluid mechanics. Okay, first of all, I will inform you that some more difference between the submerged bodies and floating bodies. If your object is totally submerged, if your object is totally totally submerged in water, totally deep in water, then you can say submerged, like water. If in water you throw a metal body, then metal body will submerged. If your body float, yeah, you can see that some part of the floating body, you can see that floating body. Okay, ship is the floating body, but ship is the floating body. Next, Newton's second law of motion to body of fluid in motion is that acts as a rigid body. Analyze the variation of pressure in a fluid that undergo linear acceleration with rotating body. Okay, next, pressure definition. What is the definition of pressure? Okay, the pressure is defined as the normal force exerted by fluid per unit area. Normal force per unit Okay, in this PPT, uh, pressure definition. What is pressure definition? क्या आपका pressure is defined as a normal force exerted by fluid per unit area. We speak of pressure only when we deal with a gas or a liquid. Okay, the counterpart pressure is solid is normal stress. 1 Pascal equal to 1 Newton per meter square. Okay, okay. You are saying two person here. One is 150 pound and second is 300 pound. Area of feet 5 inches equal square inch. Pressure is generated 3 psi and here pressure is generated 6 psi. According to the load of the body, pressure will increase or decreases. Then we can say that force pressure is a force per unit area. Pressure unit Pascal is too small for its pressure encountered in practice. Therefore, its multiples kilopascal and megapascals are commonly used. 1 bar equal to we can write 10 power 5 Pascal or zero point 0.1 megapascal or 100 kilopascal. 1 atmospheric pressure equal to 101.325 Pascal. Okay, 1.1325 kilopascal. Yeah, 1.1.325 kilopascal. Okay, next. Next, we can see that here the actual pressure at a given point is called the absolute pressure and it is pressure related to absolute vacuum, absolute zero pressure. Most pressure measuring devices, however, are calibrated to read zero in atmospheric pressure. Difference between the absolute pressure and the local atmospheric pressure is a gauge pressure. I am giving example of tire of vehicle. I am giving example of tire of vehicle. Okay, so you can see that. Another thing is throughout this text the pressure Vp will denote absolute pressure unless specified otherwise. Often the letters A for absolute pressure and G for gauge pressure are added to pressure units such as Pascal and okay. Next, we know that pressure is a scalar quantity according to Newton's second law. Yeah, here pressure at a point, Pascal law, we know that Pascal law, intensity of pressure will be equal in all directions. Intensity of pressure will be equal in all direction in a static fluid. Okay, we know that here P1 equal to P2 equal to P3 when arbitrary shape of this object here you can see that delta x from lower portion and vertical portion delta z and hypotenuse portion delta L. Okay. Conclusion of this equation P1 equal to P2 equal to P3 equal to regardless of the angle we can repeat the analysis of an element in xz plane and obtain a similar result. Thus we conclude that the pressure at a point in a fluid has the same magnitude in all directions. It can be shown in the absence of shear forces that this result is applicable to fluid in motion as well as fluid at rest. It can be shown in absence of shear forces that this result is applicable to fluid in motion as well as fluid at rest. Okay. Variation of pressure of depth. If any body you are throwing in a fluid, then you can see that submerged in a liquid and variation of pressure will vary according to depth. Pressure in a fluid at rest does not change in horizontal direction. Considering a thin horizontal layer of fluid and doing a force balance in horizontal direction. This is not the case in vertical direction in a vertical gravity field. We know that hydrostatic law. Pressure in a fluid increases with the depth because more fluid rests on the deeper layers, and the effect of this extra weight on deeper layer is balanced by increase in pressure. For balance in vertical direction, we know that in a static condition, forces in z direction equal to zero. Okay, then conclusion of this question. Fluid pressure in the fluid increases linearly with depth delta z pressure head equal to delta p upon rho g. For small to moderate distance, the variation of pressure with height is negligible for gases because of their low density. Pressure in a room filled with air can assume to be constant. Here you can see that a cube in top atmospheric pressure. Here also you can also see pressure in a room filled with air can be assumed to be constant. Very important point is you can note that top pressure atmospheric pressure because this is open to atmosphere. Pressure bottom pressure 1.006 atm. Due to low density, we can assume that pressure in a room will be constant. If we take point 1 to be a pressure be here, taking this example, here it's one box, here liquid is filled. If I'm talking about point 1, pressure will equal to only a atmospheric pressure. But P2, what will be P2? What about P2? P2 equal to atmospheric pressure plus rho gs. Due to this liquid on the object, pressure will increase according to hydrostatic law. So P equal to rho gs will add to atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure is also generated on the body, but due to atmospheric pressure plus due to liquid contained in this container. Okay, P equal to atmospheric pressure per rho g. Yeah, we can say that P gauge equal to rho g h. Liquids are essentially incompressible substance. Liquids are essentially incompressible substance that thus the variation of the density with depth in negligible. Pressure in a fluid address is independent of the shape, cross section of the container. It changes with the vertical distance with but remains constant in the other direction. Okay. In this figure, you can see that this is the horizontal level. This is the horizontal level A point, and distance from free surface of liquid to A point is h. Okay, distance from the free surface of liquid to A point is h. But you are seeing here, if I am taking about this layer, P atmosphere pressure. Here pressure is the atmospheric pressure, and when you come towards the downward direction, this pressure is different, this pressure different, this pressure different. Then P equal to Pa equal to rho g h plus atmospheric pressure. But in horizontal direction, this shape will be changed. This shape will be changed. But if a line draw from this merge the locus of this point A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Horizontal direction P equal to P of PC equal to PT, P equal to PE equal to PM equal to PG equal to atmospheric pressure plus rho G H. Okay. Next, pressure variation. Yeah, you can say that Pascal's law. Pascal machine has been the source of many inventions that are part of our daily lives, such as hydraulic brake and hydraulic lift. Here, heavy vehicle is lifted when applied the this force when applied to F2, and this is the plunger and this is the ram. This is the ram. When applied this force P1, F1 equal to P1 into A1 to the plunger. Due to this application of forces, some pressure is generated at the point 1 and this pressure is distributed according to Pascal law to the point 2, and due to this pressure can raise the this four wheeler equal to this forces. How how is it possible? Because we know that here area is increases. We know that in static fluid pass pressure will be equal in all direction. So increases the area of ram, easily easily raise the this car. Okay, so we have P1 equal to P2 according to Pascal law. F1 upon A1 equal to F2 upon A2 equal to F2 upon F1 equal to A2 upon A1. This is the area A2 upon A1 is called the ideal mechanical advantage of the hydraulic lift. A2 upon A1 is equal to ideal mechanical advantage of the hydraulic lift. Okay, using the hydraulic car jack with piston area ratio equal to 80 upon 10, a person can lift 1000 kg car by applying a force of just 1 kgf. Okay, I'm already discussed manometers, single pressure measurement manometer, single fluid. A device based on the pressure head principle is called manometer, and it is commonly used to measure small and moderate pressure difference. Manometer mainly consists of glass or plastic tube containing one or more fluids, such as mercury, water, alcohol, or oil. To keep the size of manometer to manageable level, heavy fluids such as mercury are used if large pressure differences are anticipated. Measure of the pressure in the tank. Since the gravitational effect of the gases are negligible, the pressure anywhere in the tank is assumed to be constant. P2 equal to P1, P2 equal to rho gs plus atmospheric pressure. Okay. Next, cross-sectional area of the tube has no effect on the differential height. The diameter of the tube should be larger enough, more than few millimeters, to ensure that the surface tension effect, and the diameter of the tube should be large enough, more than few millimeters, to ensure that the surface tension effect and thus the capillary rise is negligible. Example. Example of measuring pressure with a manometer. A manometer is used to measure the tank, the pressure in the tank. The fluid uses a specific gravity 0.85 and manometer column height is 55 centimeter as shown in figure. If the local atmospheric pressure is 96 kilopascal, determine the absolute pressure within a tank. We know that if anywhere giving a specific gravity, you should know this is the this is the density of the liquid. The specific gravity as manometer fluid is given by 0.85. We take the standard density of water 1000 kg per meter cube. The density of fluid is obtained by multiplying its specific gravity by the density of water, which is taken to be 1000 kg per meter cube. So density of liquid equal to 850 kg per meter cube. We know that pressure equal to atmospheric pressure plus rho gs, 96 kilopascal already is given in the question, and plus rho gs, and we can find out the pressure of this air. Now the gauge pressure in the tank is 4.6 kilopascal. Okay. Manometer in multi-fluid. If I'm taking about multiple fluid, I'm all, we will approach from the top to bottom level. If taking about this point, if taking about this point, that is called atmospheric pressure. If one point, if taking upon 2 point, then free surface of at the level of free surface of liquid, pressure will be equal to the atmospheric pressure. But at the level of at the end of fluid 1 and starting the fluid 2, or we can say that where coincide the fluid 1 and fluid 2, that point pressure will be equal to the rho g h1 plus atmospheric pressure. Similarly, at the point at this point pressure will be equal to the rho g h1 plus rho g s2 plus atmospheric pressure. Similarly, at the point 1 pressure will be equal to the atmospheric pressure plus rho g h1 plus rho g s2 plus rho g s3. That is the multiple fluid we can measure. Manometer are particularly well suited to measure pressure drop. Manometers are particularly well suited to measure pressure drop across a horizontal fluid section between the two points, a specified point due to the presence of device such as a valve or heat exchanger or any resistance to flow. Here, when fluid flowing from 1 to 2, when fluid flowing from 1 to 2, and this is the U2 manometer and this is the U2 manometer and this is the pipe level. ठीक है, here fluid density of here fluid density of rho 1 is flowing in this, and this is the heavy liquid, rho 2 is the heavy liquid. Due to density of due to pressure difference, level of mercury will rise or decreases. Level of mercury shows some readings. So so at the point p1 p1 plus rho g a plus h. Here, if draw a horizontal line, if draw a horizontal line, then pressure a equal to pressure b, then p1 plus rho ga up to this point, rho ga plus rho 1 ga plus rho 1 gh equal to p2 plus rho g rho 2 gh plus rho 1 ga. We can find out difference of pressure at the three point p1 minus p2 equal to rho 1 minus rho 2 minus rho 1 gh. Here, measuring pressure with a multi-fluid manometer, the water in a tank is pressurized by air and the pressure is measured by a multi-fluid manometers as shown in figure. The tank is located on a mountain at altitude of 1400 meter where the atmospheric pressure is 85.6 kilopascal. Determine the air pressure in the tank if H1 equal to zero point 0.1 meter and H2 equal to zero point 0.2 meter and H3 equal to 0.3 meter. Take the densities of water, oil and mercury to be 1000 kg per meter cube by 850 kg per meter cube and 30,600 kg per meter cube respectively. Properties: the density of water, oil and mercury are given to 1000 kg per meter cube, 850 kg per meter cube, 13,600 kg per meter cube. So you can see this figure easily. How can you approach this question? In question, what is asking? The water in a tank is pressurized by air, then the pressure is measured by the multiple layer. So the tank is determine the air pressure in the tank. Okay, air pressure in the tank. Okay, okay. We will always take a reference level. First of all, we will always take a reference of level. Here, manometric fluid mercury which are shaded by pink color, that is the reference level. Okay, that is the reference level. Okay, then P1 plus rho water GH1 plus rho oil GH2 minus P mercury equal to atmospheric pressure. Okay, here we can say that P air, इस सिस्टम का प्रेशर कितना होगा? P air plus P water, P air plus P water equal to after this after प्रेशर ऑफ दिस, ठीक है। देखिए पी वाटर P1 प्लस, हाँ ये 1 है, P1 प्लस रो जी एच वन, रो जी एच वन, P1 प्लस रो जी एच वन प्लस रो ऑयल जी एच टू, here oil, रो ऑयल जी एच टू minus rho g mercury GS3 equal to P atmospheric pressure. Solving for P1 and substituting P1 equal to this. Okay, you can approach from this point. Here pressure is, here pressure is P2, pressure is rho 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 3GH3. Okay, my equal to P1, P atmospheric, P1 क्या है आपका एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर है, यहाँ से हम लोग इसको फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। बैरोमीटर, बैरोमीटर pressure measurement, barometer, atmospheric pressure is measured by a device called a barometer. Atmospheric pressure equal to barometric pressure. The Italian Evangelista Torricelli 1608 to 1647 was the first to conclusively prove that the atmospheric pressure can be measured by inverting a mercury field to a mercury container that is open to the atmosphere. First of all, you take a capillary tube and fill with mercury, and take a container where filled also a mercury, and this capillary tube just invert this, the capillary tube, and submerge this deep in the mercury. Then PC just equivalent to mercury vapor pressure neglected related to the atmospheric pressure. PB equal to atmospheric pressure. PB equal to atmospheric, just equivalent, PB equal to just equivalent to atmospheric pressure. Okay. Force balance in the vertical direction. P atmospheric pressure equal to rho GH. G is the local gravitational force. W equal to rho GHA. Okay. H. P atmospheric pressure. This is the P atmospheric pressure. Length and cross-sectional area of the tube have no effect on the height of the fluid column barometer. A1, A2 and A3. A frequently used pressure unit is the standard atmosphere, whether the forecaster, defined as the pressure produced by the column of mercury. First of all, H equal to 760 mm and temperature equal to 0 degree centigrade, and rho G Hg equal to 13595 kg per meter cube and G equal to 9.807 meter per second square, defined as the pressure produced by the column of mercury. If water instead of mercury were used to measure the standard atmospheric pressure, water column of about 10.3 meter would be needed. Nose bleeding is a common experience at a high altitude since the difference between the blood pressure and the atmospheric pressure is larger. These cases and the dedicated to wall of veins in the nose are often unable to withstand these extra stresses. Okay, hydrostatic force on submerged body will discuss in next class. Okay, this is a this class is a actually this class summarized the previous lecture. So I'm taking some PPTs taken from the uh, Google. Okay, thanks to which provide on Google. Okay, today, thank you all of you. Thank you.